Let's see what is behind door number 15.
Before we get to the top 5, another mid-surprising plot twist, Victoria being shot by David. I must say this was a bit of a surprise, but I hoped for it the whole episode. Since I am not that much on board with Emily killing Victoria. First of all because I think, like Victoria says, Emily is not the type who kills people. Sure, she enjoys inflicting pain and sometimes has more than only the vibes of a psychopath. Remember her torture scenes with this poor fellow? Second, when Nolan and Jack talked about this at the end of season 3, I was that much relieved that she held herself together.
You don't think that she might? Nolan, we can't let her.
Victoria deserves to die.
I know that. But Emily was this close to getting her life back. Doing something like that might rip it all away again. She needs us.
We need to protect her before she goes too far.
Even though Victoria killed the love of her life. Okay, you can say since Jack is lying in the hospital, you can argue we have the same situation here, and that was the last straw that broke the camel's back.
I'm not gonna put Victoria in prison. I'm gonna put her in the ground. And don't you dare try to stop me.
But what would have been the consequences if she really did it? By the way, clever by the writers to point this one out. I mean, we saw from the beginning of the show with the flashbacks of Emily, Amanda, and David and Daniel in season 1 how bad life in prison marks you. This was something Emily would not recover from. So I was surprised that Nolan said this and did not bother to stop her.
And don't you dare try to stop me.
I won't do it.
Maybe because Jack was not there as the voice of reason like in season 3. To cut it short, I was torn till the very end of the scene whether I want her to shot Victoria for everything she has done or to think about the consequences for Amanda. So I hoped she would spare her life one last time, turning her over to the authorities in the end. Which surely would have been a lame end, I know. But the cliffhanger, David shooting her and then on top the question who will survive or will any one of the two survive, was just great. 'Cause it shows us how ambiguous moral questions can be. Yes, I know Americans like this kind of self-justice and saying this one deserves to die. But should really man decide such things, and it is not murder in any case? Either it is executed by a single person or the state. Sure, it was satisfying that Conrad and Victoria were punished with some kind of death penalty, but in real life I surely would have preferred that they had brought them to justice. Like Emily had planned it in the first place. Conrad and Victoria rotting in jail while she was enjoying her life as socialite in the Hamptons, reveling in her victory about the first and worst family of the Hamptons. By the way, even though I like that Emily and Jack get their well-deserved happy end, it would have been fine for me to punish Emily as well and let her pay the ultimate price for her revenge. I think after Aidan's death, Ben dying for her sake again, and Jack possibly dying for her vendetta against Victoria, she even was ready to die. 'Cause unlike Victoria, Emily knows very well what price the people she cares about has to pay, and it is her fault. And since they made the teaser look like it and the inventor of the show said that he planned this end early on, I was ready for this. Though of course I hoped someone would jump in to save the day. I assumed Nolan would be the one since Jack was already in hospital and David obviously fatally ill. I truly did not count him in for this. Even more as Louise was involved and we saw David in the hospital with Jack. Clever editing, by the way. Anyway, I like his redemption arc, too. Making up for his lack of presence and confidence in Amanda by finally saving her from Victoria.
Before you fire, please know that like your televised assassination, your real one will be there for all the world to see. I installed these cameras when I heard that you had escaped, because I knew that you would find your way here. So you'll be going away for good once you pull that trigger. Are you ready now?
More than you know. Goodbye, Victoria. Dad! What the hell are you doing? She was mine.
Saving your soul. You have no idea what crossing that line means. No matter how justified, it's over.
What are you doing?
You devoted your life to saving me. It's my turn.
I'm not gonna lose you again.
I love you, Amanda.
And I love you too, which is why...
No! No! Amanda!
Upon embarking on a path
birth of revenge. Confucius warns that one should dig 2 graves. Confucius was right. The second of the 2 graves was meant for me. I was only saved by my father's infinite love.